All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to a real battle of the Leopard 2A6 tank in Russia. I think the Ukrainians are using some of these tanks, so we're gonna see them in action. Let's see what's going on here.
The Ukrainian military has breached the state border of the Russian Federation. Look, a significant number of Ukrainian vehicles are moving towards the border. Among them, you can spot the Leopard 2A6, which we will discuss in more detail shortly. At the same time, engineering equipment is already working directly at the border. The Product 454 lane clearing vehicle is heading for demining operations. The mines have been successfully cleared, but there are still many obstacles ahead. Let's take a look from a different angle. We can see trenches, anti-tank pyramids, or so-called dragon's teeth, arranged in 3 rows. Additionally, between each row, there are multiple anti-personnel wire spirals made of barbed wire. All these engineering obstacles are quickly and easily overcome. Heavy equipment is breaking through into Russian territory. Behind it, a light infantry fighting vehicle begins to move forward. The battle begins. A Ukrainian tank opens fire on Russian positions. In response, they fire back, attempting to destroy the tank, but they miss.
Yo, this
Eventually,
is it, man.
the Russian resistance is
these
crushed.
kind of videos, bro. This is crazy, man. When you start thinking about it, man, I'm here in the middle of nowhere in the United States, and not just watching people. Oh, man, I just don't want to go too deep into this, but perspective kicks in very quick, man. I'm telling you.
Leaving their disoriented soldiers with no choice but to remain in their fortifications and watch as Ukrainian forces advance. But not all the equipment made it through unscathed. So now let's return to the Leopard that was part of the convoy at the beginning of the video. The tank was attacked by a Russian kamikaze drone. The strike from the first drone caused a fire. The second drone hit the tank's running gear. But wait, look closer. The tank's right track has been torn off. This means that even before the drone attack, it hit a mine that immobilized it, and the crew safely abandoned the vehicle.
There's nobody there.
The Leopard accomplished its mission. Not only did it help break through the Russian defense and deliver firepower on enemy positions, but it also saved its crew. Even after being hit by 2 drones, the tank wasn't blown apart, as often happens with Russian vehicles.
That means that there's a very strong tank. They are very strong tank. Yeah, I see some of these videos from Russia, and they I'm just seeing this from a perspective of objectivity, right? I'm being very objective. Yeah, they seem like the Russian tank. They don't have the same material, right? They're a little cheaper. They're cheaper.
This is not the first time that Russians have managed to destroy a Leopard tank. Look, in all cases, the tank remained intact, and its turret was not blown off by dozens of meters. This is all thanks to the thoughtful arrangement of ammunition in an armored capsule, which is equipped with a special blowout panel. It effectively directs the heat and pressure from an explosion away from the tank itself. Let's return to the battlefield. The Russian IFV moves along the tree line. A drone, acting like a tiny firecracker, approaches the vehicle, which occupies a rather unpleasant role as a powder keg.
Damn, bro. Yo, that's... Yo, look at that, man. Golly.
A mushroom cloud of smoke and fire rises tens of meters into the air.
Couple of yards, man.
One of the hottest spots on the front lines. Look, the field is completely scorched, pockmarked with craters from artillery shells.
Wow.
Dozens, if not hundreds, of various military vehicles have been lost by the Russians in their unsuccessful attempts to advance further. The Ukrainian military is making titanic efforts to hold back yet another mechanized assault. And now, another vehicle's ready to head out for disposal. The assault begins. The artillery begins to fire. The vehicles ahead explode on landmines.
Oh my God.
Incredible how the armor shatters into pieces. Dozens of drones soar into the air to finally destroy the damaged and abandoned Russian vehicles.
Wow.
Everything begins to burn. Thick black smoke envelops the battlefield for a while, but not for long. The vehicles smolder, and the artillery-ravaged fields fill with new scrap metal, taking on a familiar appearance as they await the next assault. Here's a very unsuccessful assault attempt involving an IFV and a turtle tank. The IFV is the first to break through, and the drone instantly locks onto it.
Yeah, these are. I don't think these are Germans, right? These are not Leopards. I don't think so. Let me know in the comment section below, but I don't think these are Leopards.
It quickly flies toward the target and delivers a strike. The vehicle catches fire. The crew abandons the burning machine and flees. The IFV has been neutralized. The turtle tank continues its mission, advancing further.
Wow.
The tank rapidly picks up speed, but another drone has already been launched in pursuit. The drone strikes, but the impact hits the metal roof armor, and the tank continues its movement.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like the drone was such a new invention to modern warfare that even now tanks are putting stuff in their on top of the lid, right? So in that way they can counter-attack some of the, not even counter-attack, at least counter-defense, you know, the drones, because drone has changed the war. Yeah,
an artillery shell nearly hits and explodes nearby.
Wow.
It was lucky as it continues moving forward,
Impressive.
but soon falls victim to 2 mines.
Oh, leave, man.
The mine plow saves it. The artillery continues to strike.
Wow.
Suddenly, the tank turns and drives in the opposite direction. You can clearly see the tracks it left behind, but it started to carve out a new route that turned into a real hell for it.
Oh, wow.
One by one, it gathers the mines scattered across this field with its plow. It's simply incredible, but it keeps moving.
Wow. Insane.
Eventually, the turtle tank comes to a stop. The crew abandons the vehicle and flees as far away as possible because a Ukrainian kamikaze drone has already been dispatched to destroy it. A detonation occurs, and after a while, it is completely engulfed in flames.
Yeah, shout out. I don't know, guys. Shout out to those guys, man. I don't know, but damn, bro, you need to have basketballs of steel, man, to just go through something like this. I'm telling you.
This is truly a unique occurrence. Comments are indeed unnecessary here. Just watch the movement of the column, allowing Ukrainian forces to coordinate their actions, send in drones, and direct artillery fire.
Impressive.
On the other side, the column of vehicles managed to break through into the village but found itself trapped. Ukrainian troops began to destroy it with a wide range of weaponry. Drones, cluster munitions, and rocket launchers. For this assault, the Russians deployed at least 6 vehicles.
Wow.
The turtle tank hits a mine. At that very moment, it's finished off with a javelin shot. Artillery and drones also joined in. The roads near the tree lines are usually mined, but the drivers of these armored vehicles must have forgotten about that. Donetsk region. You can see the well-founded affection of Ukrainian forces for the M2A2 Bradley right now. The Russians are firing an ATGM at 14 Spriggan.
Oh, God,
The projectile flies and hits the target precisely. The vehicle continues moving, but another launch from the ATGM occurs immediately.
Hard, hey, those tanks are hard, bro. That was a clean shot, and they're hard, man. I mean, being impressed how it's. I was not expecting to some of these tanks to receive that amount of damage and just keep going, keep moving.
And again, a precise hit. The IFV withstood these devastating strikes, and most importantly, if you look closely, you can see that the crew is unharmed and exiting the vehicle.
Yeah.
The Russians began this assault early in the morning, but suddenly, a whole swarm of drones started attacking the vehicles.
Oh, man.
This column of vehicles was equipped
with... That's such
with
an old way of just thinking about war, man. That's such an old way, man. I know they had to move forward, but damn, bro. Like, an open field like that?
with electronic warfare systems, and the armor was additionally reinforced with metal shields and nets. It didn't help them. The column kept getting shorter with each new strike.
I think that was pretty much
When
about
the sun
the
rose-
Leopard, right? I'm not gonna keep watching. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, at the same time, man, it's just the Russian. I don't know, man. They still playing this old war mentality, man. Like just throwing men into. It is what it is, man. They have no choice in this game, I guess. Some of these guys have no choice. All right, but it was nice to see the Leopard in action. Such a strong, and intimidating tank, guys. It's very intimidating. So I can imagine, some Russians just seeing a tank like that, and they're like, "What in the hell is that?" It's very intimidating, guys. Let me see if I can go back and such an intimidating. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Look at that monster, bro. Look at that monster. Wow. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. I'll see you in the next one.